I don't stay hurt very long.
The fuck? Say that again. I didn't catch it.
My voice doesn't want me to do it.
I don't stay hurt very long.
Well, okay. What about you, little one?
I think I would be the shortest one, actually, at 4 feet.
Oh, wait, you're the squirrel. That's right. I'm sorry. What about you other two?
Well, I was just kind of like glancing around still, not paying much attention.
I give up my questioning.
How many places to run and hide in?
What? What did you say?
It says so many places to run and hide in. Makes a great place for hide and seek.
Sounds fun. Although I think I would win at that game.
You sure about that?
Yeah, I am.
Why do you say that?
If we ever play a game, you'll see.
Okay.
Come on, children. No diddle-daddling. Let's keep
Sorry
moving on.
about that.
As you pass by another or as you guys keep walking, and then a person just appears in the hall in front of you guys. His arms tucked in his pockets as he moved on past you guys and kept walking into the room to the left of you.
I'm kind of jaw-dropped.
Gets distracted and turns that way.
Did I miss something?
Oh, this is gonna get hard to get used to.
You made us all
Payback
kill
for your
people.
voices from the last stream.
Okay, I might have to kill you. So,
Okay. Let me go start making another character.
you guys, you see him enter the door and start coming through it, and starts to close it behind him.
I didn't think of what to say, and I can't think of anything. Shit. Turns around, walks away.
He comes to this room, looks at the door, brings up his hand, and then knocks in a certain pattern as he rests his hand on the hilt of his blade and waits. Not too long after, another man in similar armor comes to the door and opens it. And as he did, the one that was leading you here drops his hand from his hilt and presses it against his chest and takes a bow. As you look in, the other man, wearing similar armor, had darker skin, a thick goatee, and ruffled hair as he looked over you all. Ah. Are these the new ones? Welcome. I hope your trip wasn't fared well. As he says that, he kind of moves to his side and holds his hand out, letting you on. As the man moves to his side and waits outside.
Oops. There we go.
He holds out his hand as you guys pass by, shaking each one of your hands. Being extremely firm with the men. And a strong shake with women, acting very gentlemanlike. Is anyone saying anything or doing anything?
I give him a slight bow and say, "Nice to meet you. My name is Titan."
Oh, Titan. I've heard about you. I think I've conversed with one of your relatives before.
Likely enough.
Xylia steps up for her handshake and shakes it back equally as firm and said, "My name is Xylia."
Ah, you're the one that was from the west, no?
And she nods and steps back.
I'll step forward, shake his hand, just shyly say,
I'm Nyasa.
and then back off.
He gives off a smile to you. Pretty much catering to your shy nature. And just smiling and inclining his head and letting you move on.
And she kind of walks up and goes, "Don't know what this is about." Shakes his hand, but nice to meet you. My name's Avara.
Like it's a pleasure.
That's back.
Just kind of walk past him.
And as you walk past, he had his hand out, and you just walked right past it.
I don't understand what that is.
You don't know what a handshake is?
Nope.
Oh, come on now. Shake his hand. It's only the polite thing to do.
No. Don't worry about it, he says as he brings his hand up and just like waves in the hair. Just like waving off dance in it. It's like, all of you have your own special talents and abilities that the kingdom has taken notice of. Obviously, it wouldn't be a smart idea to keep you all here without proper training, or keep you out there without proper guidance. What we are here to do is to give you that guidance, to make you feel more comfortable with your gifts.
Well, that's quite a blessing. Usually people are chastised for having differences.
Well, with so much is happening nowadays and the oncoming rumored war, it definitely is not considered a fable nowadays.
Of course not when something comes in need.
So King Duncan decided to start up this little program, if you will, he says as he turns around and walks towards a bookcase that was behind him. And he just starts shifting through the books as he pulls out one and then turns back around looking at you all, looking down at the book and then back at you all. And As he does that, he looks out towards the door, catches eye with the man as the man moves and closes the door shut and stands guard. Now, as you might know, you all have been through your hardships. As that is such, there is just one more difficult task I must ask of you. Though this program and academy is made for hardening the abilities of those who wish to find more control, as much as we would like, we can't exactly be as accepting as we would like to assume we can be. As he starts shifting through the books, you notice that the pages of the books, or pages of the book, were glowing lightly. Does anyone do anything?
Un momento. D20, correct?
Yes. Plus whatever you're trying to do. From what it looks like, it looked obvious enough that it looked to be a magic tome. Please speak it.
Was it the tone?
Well, what I'm going to ask of you can't necessarily be done without
Permission?
properly armoring yourselves. As he says, looking at you directly. As he closes the book, seems to be holding it out towards your direction.
I look at him and say, agreed. Not all of us have powers that are meant for combat.
I'm aware of your powers and your strengths. Don't fret. He's holding it out towards you, Jade.
Can someone else go first?
Huh?
She's asking, can someone else go first?
Your mic was going in and out for me. I couldn't understand you.
She's asking, can someone else go first? In character.
He looks at you and just blinks. It's like, well, if that's what you wish.
I step up. I'll go first.
He kind of gives off a chuckle. It's like, son, I'm sure you're not proficient in magic tomes.
True.
As he says, turning
Besides,
back to the book text, turning back to the bookshelf and going to put the book back. And as he puts the book back on the shelf, he's like, for yours that chooses to be more the physical approach, we have an armory that our armorer is going to outfit you with whatever suits your fancy.
Understood.
Dark, what class are you again?
Reaver.
Oh dang. I knew it. Our freaking group is tanky as hell.
I'm not that tanky.
So would you guys be weirded out if I had an exact dream of me playing this exact game?
No,
Like,
it happens.
Like 4 months ago?
That's badass, man. You actually
I'm
have
dead
powers.
serious.
You have them powers, Dark.
Yeah, but 4 months ago is too long. I can't predict anything.
That means you got 4 months of future prediction. That's badass.
It's worthless.
You know 4 months ahead of time before you'll die or something.
What can I do to prevent it?
So as he puts the book back, he turns and starts walking towards a desk that had a parchment on it. As he grabs it and comes back to you all and hands it to the person that looks like they'd take it first. Are you doing actions or just moving?
Well, you said, I don't know.
He has a paper and he's holding it out as he's walking to you to whoever goes to it first.
Oh, okay. Then yeah,
Okay, never mind.
I'll take the
Everybody
parchment.
rush at once. Tackle him. Tackle him.
Take over the school.
As he gives her the parchment, he looks at you holding onto it as you grab onto it. The information that's on this is very delicate. And the situation that I'm going to have to ask you all to do for me is not going to be without its peril. But doing this will gain you proper entrance in our walls, as well as with rank.
I crack my knuckles and I say, well, sounds like something's worth doing.
There's a man that's great importance to King Duncan. It's actually his brother, Lawford. He doesn't live too far from here if you head south. What we need is to bring him under these walls into protection.
Well, if this is such an important task the way it's sounding, why have us do it? Why not have someone better equipped or more skilled than us?
Or better yet, why are there no guards following him?
Agreed.
For that very thing, madam, that you say, is the reason why we send you instead of guards. He's somewhat eccentric.
He's what?
Eccentric.
I may not want to do this, but
Good
I
to
think-
explain.
What were you saying, Jason?
I close an eye and the other one glows and I start using my power on him. and I wait until it goes into full effect.
And looks at you with a face that looks like he was aware of it, but gave you a soft smile.
I just look at him and smile back.
And then what did you say? Because I'm calling you Jade from now on.
Oh, what? I was asking you if you could give more detail.
Well, he's the king's illegitimate brother. One of their father's bastards.
So, no one really knows. And for those who don't want another heir or a issue in between the king and the bastard child?
The current king has no quarrels with his brother. All he wishes for is safety. It's
I wasn't
his
assuming
brother
the king.
that has more quarrels against the king.
So I bring him here.
Because there's a storm coming. With this storm, we need all available people to aid the entire capital. It's something that he must be seen to accept.
Do you guys plan on forcing him to accept it?
We can't force any man to do anything they wish to, or that they do not desire.
Then why didn't he come here himself?
This ties in with his eccentricness. A while back, he self-injured himself due to some complication. I'm not too sure exactly the story. But he's not necessarily mobile currently.
So we have to carry him?
Or find any other means that you choose necessary.
I look at your character and I say, well, you can move things, right?
Xylia looks back to the guy holding the other end of the parchment.
Oh, he already
And-
let go to it by now.
Oh, okay. Just making sure, because it wasn't stated.
Yeah.
She looks back to him and says, this is a pretty weighted task for people who aren't even in your academy yet.
I agree.
Well, the simple fact that you choose to come all this way here means there is good in your hearts, that you wish for the well-being of others. So this is why I entrust you.
Or curiosity?
Xylia is going to look over at the other girl and just smirk.
I
Bats her
look,
eyelashes a few times. Yes.
And she just nods and then smiles.
I look at the man and say, is there anything else we might want to know before we head out?
Well, how up to date are you with Earl Lognerin and his advancing force?
Unfortunately, not too well up to date, as I took quite a long time to travel here.
Xylia just says not.
Well,
Didn't pique my interest enough.
one of the dukes from the north decided that he wanted to expand his growth and power. So currently he's mid-march across the entire continent, heading here to the capital.
Capital is in Flamekeep.
He nods.
Looks like someone needs to be muzzled. Ah. Just so you know,
I didn't
story-wise,
realize there was any dogs with us.
my character doesn't like nobles.
Your character doesn't like what?
Nobles.
Nobles. To what extent?
He'll make snarky remarks. Like calling that guy a dog that needs to be muzzled.
Alright. So, the reason why I send you all, because I'm aware of all your capabilities, as he says, looking over to Joey at the same time. And I'm sure if you all choose to stand as in one united one united group, that there should not be any issue for any of you.
I agree.
Though I would be cautious on your travel there. The advancing force should be reaching the area within the month.
Yeah, and you never know what sort of advanced scouts or hell even assassins they have. So I look at everyone and say, shall we arm ourselves? And then head out.
A light just goes off in Zalia's eyes and yes. That didn't mean to sound as creepy as it came out.
I look at the guy and I say, well, my dear sir, where is the army? So that we can get ourselves better acquainted with our equipment before leaving.
If you head out and talk to Delver, he'll be able to lead you in the direction of the armor.
I give him a bow and say thank you.
Okay, out of character, who's the dude's name? The Duke from the North?
Logrin?
Lognarin?
And as you guys are moving out, he looks over to Jade. Are you sure you want to leave without a tone?
She doesn't even look like she moved. She kind of looks at him and goes, I was just curious on what you were doing. I wasn't about ready to touch a book that I wasn't aware of. Like,
There's nothing to worry here. You're among friends.
keep your friends closer and your enemies closer. I don't know what is what yet.
Well, you wouldn't have seeked us out if you thought we were any enemies.
You'd be surprised.
Yes, I would.
Right, my kin is a bunch of curious little creatures after all.
So I've heard.
She smiles. May I have the tome, or would you rather me leave without it?
It's all based on your decision. As he goes over to
Please.
the bookcase and grabs it, or searches through the bookcase and then grabs the same book that he grabbed before and moves back to you, handing it towards you.
Gingerly takes it, kind of looks at it before opening it.
Yep, that's a dark tome.